All right then, ladies and gents. How are we doing? Hope you're all well. Hope you're all having good days. Hope you've all had good days. I've had a day off today, teacher training day. But I'm fully burnt out through school or whatever. Year 11 is very, very stressful. So this is why you're getting more and more live previews, just because they're a lot easier for me to do. It's still the content for you lot, and it's, quite simply, it's less time consuming than making a full preview graphically. That is, so then I can focus more on revision and passing my exams while still giving up 45 minutes of my day to churn out content for you guys. I'll move my microphone a little bit closer so that we can see so you can see you can hear what is going on. How are we doing, everyone? Get your comments in the chat. Get your comments flying in. Want some nice conversation in this stream, because there's a lot to talk about. There is a considerable amount to talk about, let's be real. I am just going to get my phone very, very quickly. And then we'll get cracking. How is everyone? I was just getting my phone then, if you just joined the stream while I was doing that. How are we doing, everybody, now? First comment is McCann out. That's off the stream. Wow. In Bruce we trust. Steve Bruce will not come back to this football club whilst the Alams are still at the top. Bruce left because he had a falling out with Ehab. And I don't think they'll be able to repair that relationship lickety split, just like that. Pre-stream, we had McCann out, and all right, mate, I'm going 1-0 City. Very, very brave. Everyone making the trip down to Luton, I hope you have a very, very safe journey there. And you are incredibly, incredibly brave. Making that distance, which is 127 miles from me, which is a solid 3 hours, maybe just a little bit more. If Bruce won't come back, get Adkins back after he just got sacked by Charlton, Adkins will not come back either. He left because Ehab wouldn't give him certain assurances about his backroom staff. And he said in an interview afterwards about his departure, Ehab is Ehab. So I highly doubt we'll see Nigel Adkins back with the Hull City club crest on his left-hand side of his chest very, very soon. Get your comments in the chat, and we'll have a little gossip. We'll go for another couple of minutes, and then we'll talk team news. Phil Brown is who we need. Phil Brown has been sacked at every level, at all of the top 5 divisions in English football. One of our best managers ever, undoubtedly. However, I don't think he's who we need right now. As much as I'd love to have him back, same as Adkins, same as Bruce, it probably will not happen. Big boy Sam to manage us. I don't think Sam will. Big Sam won't take the step down. We won't pay him enough. It's as simple as that. Dean Windass? Are you mental? Sorry, FIFA God, but I'm not sure you're aware of what coaching qualifications are. And considering Dean was already sacked by the Alams from his club ambassadorial role, I don't think they'd bring him back as manager, especially with his lack of experience and therefore probably lack of actual UEFA licensed coaching badges, if you get what I'm saying. How you doing, Luke? How are you doing? We'll get on to team news now then. Team news, Tom Huddleston is out for 4 to 6 weeks with a hamstring injury after coming off in the first half versus Peterborough. Alfie Jones and Brandon Fleming, who I met outside the ground before the game, the other day, when they were coming in quite late. Alfie Jones, hamstring, and Brandon Fleming not remain absent. Nathan Baxter has a minor calf injury, which could leave him absent for just this game, Grant McCann has said. So Huddleston, it's clear it's a recurrence of that hamstring problem. If I'm honest, I don't think McCann rushed him back at all. I don't think McCann rushed him back. McCann said he was in contention to start against Huddersfield. He left him out. I think McCann was conscious of the fact that Huddleston is a little bit more frail and brittle than someone like a Honeyman, for example. So he gave him those extra few days to do gym work, just build that, just to build that strength back in the hamstring muscle a little bit more. But clearly just didn't happen. And he's missing for another 4 to 6 weeks, which will probably mean he'll be able to get his sort of muscular strength up on other parts of the body, but he won't be able to get his core fitness up because it will utilise this right hamstring muscle, which he stretched again. Where was Tyler Smith? Grant McCann said he wanted different options off the bench. By that, he means he put Randell Williams on the bench, basically. Chris Wilder is a shout. He did watch us against Stoke and did tell Grant McCann to try the 3-back. McCann took on board that advice and then did nothing with it after that one Middlesbrough game. First bit of screen sharing we get for today then. And I've got a brand new system courtesy of StreamYard. Thank you. Ref Watch. So, can you see that? I think it's just hidden a little bit. I'll zoom out just a tad so you can see that. There we go. So, Luton Town versus Hull City, as I say, 3 o'clock kickoff. As it says, 3 o'clock kickoff at Kenilworth Road. The referee is John Busby. The 2 linos are Ian Cooper and Matthew Jones. The 4th official is James Linnington. Do I know anything about those referees? No, I do not. Just please go back to the 3-5-2. We might actually get someone to start. We might actually get. I assume that means something. We might get a point or something. Start Smith also. Not wrong, Owen. Not wrong, Owen, pal. And now then, we'll go to stats from the Peterborough game. These are courtesy, of course, of City's website. Thank you. And Lifeboy and Carabao get some free advertising there. So that's in your general play. Then we did have more of the ball. Evil Jules success rate. We won more of the ball in the air, intercepting more passes, were offside less, and had more corners. In terms of distribution, you add those 2 numbers together. Quick mental maths. That's 499 passes in the game. There we go. Pass accuracy 83%. Higher pass accuracy in the opponent's half and overall than Peterborough. More 41 crosses. So we've improved on what data McCann's analyst gave him after the Huddersfield game. Crossing accuracy, however, 27%. What the hell is that about? Attacking wise, 18 shots, 4 on target, 2 blocked, 4 outside the box, 14 inside the box. I think that's very telling. I think we just need, when we're in and around the box, have a bit of bravery. Don't try and walk it in and just hit it. Peterborough hit it for their first goal and it looped into the top corner. 22% shot accuracy is not it when you compare it to Peterborough's at 56. That's just not it. And that does show that we created chances. That we created the chances, but again, we just didn't take them. Just did not take them. Defensively, 7 tackles, 57% tackle success rate, 10 clearances. So we did have less to do on the defensive front than Peterborough did. And discipline-wise, very even on fouls. They had one more yellow card than we did. Cool. Let's have a look back in chat, shall we? Mike Phelan, probably not. He's safe in that job at Man United for now. We might actually get somewhere. Okay. And we're screwed the next 3 games. It's Luton, then it's Coventry, and then it's West Brom. I'm expecting a grand total of maximum 1 point. If I'm honest, I see us getting a big fat nil in terms of points from those 3. Wilkes needs to be dropped, in my opinion. Yes, he does, and we're getting on to that now. I think it's quite telling that the sacked in the morning chants are the biggest noise we made all evening. However, the abuse directed to Grant McCann, fair enough. I mean, the sacked in the morning chants are fair enough. They are a bit of a joke, but they have some intent behind them. Just name calling is, yeah, I needn't say anymore. And sending his sort of 14, 15-year-old son messages calling Grant, calling his dad a manager, clueless. All these things are absolutely ridiculous. And anyone doing that is the absolute scum of this fan base. Now, when I put a tweet out about that earlier, let me try and just get the tweet up. And I'm going to name and shame the people who are sort of denying the fact that it even happened. So I tweeted, fair enough wanting him gone, but messaging his kids abuse about their dad is too far. Hashtag HGAFC. The first reply I got was from Lee. He was in the video I did about the Turkish owners, and Lee is completely right. He agrees with me. He agrees with me. John agrees with me as well. And Dan says, wow, who did this? We need to out this and give them the attention it deserves. Dan is not wrong. However, it's comments like this which I have a problem with. Now, I did respond to that, and I said, I might have got the wrong end of the stick here, but suggesting that Grant would make stuff up is absolute nonsense. You can want change at the club, sure, but don't go about it. I missed a word like that. But don't go about it trying to get your message across by abusing McCann's family. I did then reassess and say, alternatively, your comment could well be about if the idiots sending that stuff to McCann's family have been found yet, in which case, I'm sorry for getting the wrong end of the stick with my first response. However, I think it's more likely that it is my first suggestion. And then there's this one as well. I'm hesitant to believe it's even true. I disagree. I completely disagree with that. I don't see any reason why Grant would make stuff up like that. If you think he's making stuff like that up, then sort your brain out. Sort your brain out. Because it's not the sort of thing that you just make up. Grant knows he's not going to get the sympathy vote from us. He knows that. He was in the stadium the other day. He's aware of what a large number of the supporters think about him. However, by finding his eldest son on Instagram and direct messaging him various things about his dad, what's the point in making that up? What is the point? If you're thinking he's made them, if you're thinking he's made those comments up, like I say, sort what's in there out if you've even got anything up there. And on that note, we'll go back to the comment about Malik Wilks, shall we? Wilks hasn't been great this season, yet he still finds way. He still gets 90 minutes. There's a tweet Mark Goldbridge put out, actually, about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Let me find it. Here we go. So Mark Goldbridge tweeted after the Leicester defeat, he's out of his depth. He's got no idea how to coach a side at this level. The football is abysmal and his over-reliance on favourites is costing us. Now it's this bit. Over-reliance on favourites is costing us. Now, I'm just referencing there Louis Coyle and Malik Wilks. To an extent, Keane Lewis Potter as well. Coyle, Wilks, lovely, lovely lads. Lovely people. Been absolutely great to me when I've had a chat with them, when I've spoken to them, when I've met them. However, let's look at right back first. Coyle, you cannot fault his effort. He gives absolutely everything, every single time he puts on a black and amber shirt, or whether it be the away or the third shirt as well. Yeah. Not just saying he'll do it in the home shirt. He's always putting the effort in. He's absolutely always. He's no doubt he's motivated to match the success that his brother Tommy had representing this city, representing his hometown club. However, he's not been particularly great. Josh Emmanuel, in the games he's played, Preston on the opposite side, yes, in the first half he was abysmal, but in the second half he improved massively. It's hard playing on your weak side. I can tell you that from experience. And we won. We won 4-1. Then Fulham, when he came on, even though he was playing on the right wing, we improved massively in the second half of that game. Yes, the game was already done. We were 2-0 down, but we looked just such more a resolute unit with him in there. And then Middlesbrough was absolutely phenomenal. One of the best players on that pitch. And how he's lost his place in the team is extremely, extremely harsh. Extremely, extremely harsh. Simple as that. And Malik Wilks, he's not had the best of starts to the season, with most respect to Malik. Hold on, I've just got a little message here, which might be of some relevance to this preview. It's a screenshot of a tweet, which I'm basically saying the exact same thing as now. Hold on. Oh God, I can't type. But I think Emmanuel needs to be given a chance. And Niall Keith has got this down to a T. I think Wilks needs to shoot more in front of goal, in my opinion. Couldn't believe McGuinness missed that penalty. Hopefully they improve for tomorrow. Wilks is just wants to tap it in. He won't, like we saw against Huddersfield. He's one-on-one with the keeper. The keeper's at his near post. You put it far post, or you square it to Tom Eaves, who's arriving next to you. To finish it, boom, 2-1. You've either got your second goal in 2, or you've got a goal and assist in your last 2 games. But he just hits it. He dithers about with it, trying to skill the defender. Just hit it, Malik. Just hit it. And that's where we fell. That epitomises our season. Getting the opportunities, not taking them. Peterborough, we should have won that game. The penalty miss killed our momentum. We should have won that game. But we simply just missed easy chances. But to my point about Lewis Potter, when Wilkes was injured, it was all on his shoulders. It's up to him, it seems, to create absolutely everything we do. Now Honeyman's back, now Wilkes is back, and now we've got more attacking options. Smith, Eves, McGuinness. Hopefully that reliance on him drops throughout the season. However, do you think he's Premier League level and he going to Brentford? No way. If you're from the outside looking in, Lewis Potter is not Premier League level yet. Every Hull City fan will tell you that. He's a good player. He's a brilliant player. However, he's not Bowen level yet. Bowen was ready-made for the Premier League when we sold him. Lewis Potter isn't there at the moment. He had a bit part year in the Championship where he impressed in flashes. Then he had a brilliant year in League One where, had he not been dropped throughout that whole middle point of the season with that whole contract saga, he surely would have been up there challenging Malik Wilkes and Josh McGuinness for our club internal golden boot. But this season, he had a fantastic start with, 2 goals in 2 against Preston and Wigan. But since then, he's just massively, massively fallen away. And Longman hasn't come here to sit around. Randell Williams hasn't come here to sit around. We can have a change of system again and play a 4-4-2, a 3-5-2 even, Grant McCann. Hint, hint, revert back to it. And if we think we're going to be up against it a little bit, you don't put Lewis Potter on that left-hand side at left wing-back. You bring Callum Elder in, put Lewis Potter to the bench, or you shuffle him up front with Tyler Smith, McGuinness or Eves. Preferably Tyler Smith, because I think the way those two would bounce off each other is similar. Well, they're very similar players in their play style. Short, quick, willing to just run at people. Lewis Potter less frequently than Smith, it seems. However, Smith, we don't really see what happens with Tyler Smith because he hardly gets the ball. Whenever he's on the pitch, he's probably only about just so you can see for reference my height in this camera. You can't even see me. Just so you can for reference sort of gauge my height at the moment, just for reference, Tyler Smith is probably, I'd say, just a little bit shorter than me, probably about here, sort of way. And not being funny, I've got a bit of height, but I'm not the tallest by any means. And Tyler Smith is even shorter than me. So it's very, very, very unlikely that when we're crossing balls into the box with him up top, we're going to get on the end of them when none of the front three are over 6 foot. Additionally, against Huddersfield, McCann thinks, right, sub Tom Eaves on. And it's then that we start playing to Tyler Smith's strength. We bring on a target man who would have been perfect in the first half and for 60 minutes of the second, where we're crossing balls in left, right and centre. But as soon as we take the lad who's good playing off the shoulder for a target man, we start playing off the shoulder, playing to the strength of the bloke we've just subbed off, and not playing to the strength of the bloke we've just subbed on. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Eves hasn't got the same pace as Tyler Smith. He's not got the pace to do a quick little, right, my back's to the defender here. Right, I've got the ball. Boom, turn, swivel and run. Smith has that. Eves has the ability, if when we've whipped a ball in, to rise above everybody and head it in. Or to hold the ball up and play in the wingers. That's what Tyler Smith doesn't have, so why don't we play to his strengths when he's on the pitch? God knows. Absolutely God knows. I've spent 10 minutes writing about that. Anyway, how I would play, you know that, it's 3-5-2. At the minute, with the current state of fitness, McLaughlin would come in over Alfie Jones instead from what we played at Middlesbrough. Matt Smith would come in place of Huddleston. Our strongest midfield three is Huddleston, is Doherty, is Honeyman. Matt Smith would come in his place. Would still keep Lewis Potter on the left because he didn't look out of place at all against Middlesbrough. And then the two strikers, Smith and Eves, little and large, that gives us two different dimensions to work with an attack. We want to play the ball along the floor. Smith can run onto them and finish it home. Or, if we're crossing things in, you've got Eves there. If you put Smith at the front post and just keep him moving to move the defenders about, and then you have Tom Eves just looking where the ball is, boom, head it in. It's as simple as that. Head-to-head battles then, we're going to go back over to this screen. But we'll have a look at Luton's particular, players then. You may be wondering about a certain man. There he is, Reece Burke. We'll get on to a little bit more about him at the moment. Another former Tiger there, Sonny Bradley. But, I think you're looking at Harry Cornick to be one of Luton's sort of main threats. Adebayo as well. They tend to play a sort of 3-5-2, 3-4-1-2 sort of thing. That's the impression I'm getting from seeing them play this season under Nathan Jones. And then, so you've got Cornick or Adebayo coming up against Greaves or Bernard. And then you don't tend to see Reece Burke play. So, you know what? Sonny Bradley. Sonny Bradley's been there for many, many years. And he's been very, very solid for Luton. So, he's a mainstay. So, I agree, yeah. What's the chances that Burke will get the winner tomorrow? Very, very, very high. To be honest, mate, he probably won't play. He'll come off the bench. I don't think he's started a league game for Luton yet. Please do correct me if I am, of course, wrong. Anyway, I forgot. I was just about to share my screen, then forgot to change the banner along the bottom. Current form, then. Let's have a look. First of all, at Luton's. So in their last 5, last time out they drew 2-0 with Derby. Before that, beat Millwall 2-0, drew 0-0 with Huddersfield, beat Coventry 5-0 and lost 2-1 to Bournemouth. Us, on the other hand, yes, you could look at it as I just try and function again. My mouse is going mental. Yes, you can look at it as we've picked up 4 points out of our last 4 games. However, it's 3 defeats in our last 5, 4 defeats in our last 6, 5 defeats in our last 7, another 2 draws, then another defeat, then another defeat, then another defeat, then a draw which turned out to be a defeat on penalties, and then that came our last win. So, how you want to look at that? I'll let you decide that one. Let's have a look. Up the Hull. He has played. Yeah, has he played in the league? Has he started a league game, though? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Reese. I will look through the league games just now so I can, clarify the fact. Right. No, he didn't start the first one. He didn't start in the Carabao Cup against Stevenage. He didn't start against West Brom. You know what? I'll share my screen for this bit so you can see what I'm going through. Again, didn't start against Barnsley. Didn't start against Birmingham. Oh, no, he started against Sheffield United. He started against Sheffield United. Is that the only one, though? Oh, no, he started twice. He started against Blackburn as well. And against Bristol City. So I was well off then. And against Swansea. That's 4 league games. Where I can't even find where I was now. Did he play against Bournemouth? Yes, he did. And then didn't against Coventry in the 5-0 win. Then didn't against Huddersfield. Didn't against Luton. Not against Luton. Didn't against Millwall. And then didn't against Derby. So, well, he clearly hasn't scored. And yes, it does say he played 3 on Wikipedia. I did check that earlier, but that's clearly not true. We've just fact-checked it ourselves. I have a Luton mate, and he said that he scored for them. Do I have to load up Luton's website again? Oh, for God's sake. Teams. Reece Burke. No, it doesn't say what he does. Oh, here we go. So he's played 6 games for Luton. Played 453 minutes. 5 starts. Here we go. So here's Reece Burke's stats. 6 games, 453 minutes, 5 starts. Been subbed on there for once. Been decent defensively for them. 100% tackle success rate. 66.7% dual success rate. And 59% aerial duels success rate. Distribution, decent passing. Attacking wise, total shots on target, goals scored, all at 0. The stats say he's not even taken a shot for Luton yet. He's won 3 fouls, conceded 1. So it's clear that Reece Burke has not yet scored for Luton Town. Moving on then. Out of that, let's move on to the league table, where Luton are in 9th, 3 points outside a playoff spot. They could easily get in there if they beat us, which I think they probably will. Bournemouth still unbeaten at the top. Only them and Liverpool get to taste defeat, I believe, in all of English football's top 4 tiers. Fulham and West Brom following closely behind. Coventry, QPR, Huddersfield round out the playoff spots. Stoke just outside on goal difference. Reading, if they get deducted 12 points, that's 9. They'll be on 7 points. So they will be just 2 points behind us if their financial points deduction does happen. Then it's Luton, then Middlesbrough, Millwall, Blackpool, all level on points. Then Blackburn Rovers is surprising. They're 13th. Jesus. Forest have climbed the way up to 14th. Very good for them. Swansea, Bristol City. Swansea weren't too far away from us that long ago. Neither were Middlesbrough. Neither were Blackpool. Neither were Sheffield Wednesday. Birmingham have rapidly fallen away. And we are now coming quite detached from the Forests, from the Sheffield Uniteds. We thought after the first few games we may well be fighting this season. And Derby are now only 5 points behind us, despite having been deducted 12 points and still in administration. Wow. Baz Cooper just said Luton have sold all their tickets for tomorrow. They have. I checked that earlier. Luton's home end is sold out for this game. Around the grounds, then, as it says on the bottom of the screen, Cardiff face Middlesbrough in the early kickoff. Then it's Peterborough QPR, Millwall Stoke, Luton City, Coventry Derby, Bournemouth Huddersfield, Blackpool Preston, Blackburn Reading, Birmingham Swansea, West Brom Bristol City. All the 3 o'clock kickoffs tomorrow. Then on Sunday, 12:30 is Barnsley Sheffield United, Yorkshire Derby. And then 3 o'clock kickoff on Sunday is Nottingham Forest versus Fulham. All right. We're going to slow the pace down of this a little bit more now, soon enough. Because we've been going 35 minutes, so I do need to maybe get a move on here because I have various different things to do. Memorable match, is this the right one? Yes, it is. Last time we visited Kenilworth Road, 3-0 dub. Away, Kevin Stewart scored twice, split by a Kamil Grzycki goal. Sonny Bradley, as I said, former Tiger. And that was this was our team that day. Long in goal. The back four was Lee High, the captain, Burke, Device, and Kingsley. The midfield was Stewart, Lopez, De Silva Lopez, and Jackson Irvine. Grzycki on the left, Bowen on the right. Tom Eaves led the line. Our bench was Matt Ingram, Ryan Tafazoli, Dan Batty, George Honeyman, Josh Bowler, Matthew Pennington, and Josh McGuinness. Moving on then to last time out. This was our final home game of the 2019-20 season. And it was a 1-0 defeat to Luton, which effectively relegated us. That's all you need to know, really. Our team that day was Matt Ingram in goal. The back four was Leo De Silva Lopez at right back this time, with Tafazoli and McDonald, the 2 centre-backs. Callum Elder at left back. The 3 central midfielders, Batty, Stewart, and Honeyman. I think McCann went 4-4-2 in this game, did he not? I think he did. I think he did. I remember watching it, and I think Honeyman was playing wide. And McGuinness and Eaves were up top together. Didn't matter, still didn't yield any points. 1-0 defeat, which basically relegated us. Our bench that day was George Long, the keeper, Device, Burke, Toral, Lewis Potter, Elliot Bonds, Martin Samuelson, James Scott, and Callum Jones. Yeah, and then this was the game where there was all the protests outside. Broadcasters couldn't get out. Adrian Durham at TalkSport couldn't get out, and Tafazoli had to come and plead with the fans to basically tell everyone who was blocking the roads to move out of the way. We've got a few more comments. Remember when Wigan beat you 8-0? Yes. They're sold out because they know they're going to win, so they can experience goals. All right, Robbie, how are you doing? Up the hole, nice seeing that. And hope you stay up, but if not, we'll probably join you as well in League One. McCann out, so it's not just us. I forgot to change the banner over to last time out, so we've done last time out now. And now then, shared shirts, which as we established, this is wrong. He's played 6 times for Luton, has Reece Burke. Let's remember also in here we could have George Monker, we could have Sonny Bradley, could have loads, mate. Could have absolutely, 3. Well, Burke for us, very good. 110 games, 5 goals across 3 seasons. 2 of which in the Championship, 1 of which in League One. And then for Luton, since he joined them in the summer on a free, as we established, it's 6 games there, doing our research earlier, and still no goals. And that is that then. My predicted 11. It's going to be that in it. 4-3-3. McCann said the formula works today, so he's not going to change it. It's Ingram in goal. The back 4 is Coyle at right back. Bernard and Greaves, the 2 centre-backs. Callum Elder at left back. 3 centre-mids will be Smallwood, the captain. Greg Docherty and George Honeyman. Right wing will be Malik Wilkes. Left wing, Keane Lewis-Potter. And up top will be McGuinness. I don't think he'll drop McGuinness just because he scored. And if you drop him after a penalty miss, it'll knacker his confidence. So I think that'll be McCann's reason for keeping McGuinness in. Not that dropping Tommy's after 2 great games, one off the bench, one starting, won't knock his confidence. And then predicted score. Do I go 3-0 or more? But no, this Luton team know how to score goals. And we don't know how to defend. So I'm going to say it's going to be 3-0 Luton. I'm not usually this negative, but I am today. It's going to be 3-0 to Luton. And you know what? I can just picture Reece Burke scoring. I just can. Anyway, that is your lot for the live preview for Luton Town versus Hull City. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you're new. And I will see you all, oh God, very, very soon. Up the Tigers. My chest's hurting because I've been talking for 41 minutes straight. And I'll see you very soon.